Okay, came down to taking care of the ball. We got one, and it was the right one. We talked as a group. We talked about moments that come up, and we had a last drive where we had to put it together to get ourselves to get points and take the lead. The offense came together, made some plays right there on that drive, and then defensively, they were moving the ball pretty good right there on that drive. Christian Roseman had an opportunity on one deflected pass, didn't get it, but just keep playing ball, being in the right spots, and good things come to you when that happens. So I'm really proud of the group, the way that they stayed together, talked the whole time, a lot of great communication happening on the sideline, just drive in and drive out, trying to figure out the different things on both sides that was happening. And got to give a lot of credit to the Bucs. The way they played us made it really hard for us to run the ball today. With mixed success, but they settled into some things, and Bryce and the boys made some plays to keep us alive.
Dave, after the way the game ended last week, I don't know if it's poetic or whatever, just for Lathan Ransom to end last week's game the way that he did, and then finish off the game this week.
That's a great story. I mean, that's fantastic, and it's just about belief and having confidence in our guys to be able to, be studs about the things we need to work on, and be studs about those different decisions that come up. And I love that for Lathan, for him to be able to make the winning play, the biggest play of the game for us.
Dave, Bryce touched on where he evades the sack and finds JT. How many times did your heart start and stop during that play? Just kind of take me through your perspective of it.
Absolutely. They had a great call. They covered us really well, and got to give credit to JT Sanders for staying alive, and that's what we talk about, activate the second play. And that's what happens, and Bryce just, miraculously got out of some, pretty tough situations right there, kept his eyes downfield, and got us the touchdown.
Dave, I know we harp on it a lot, but you have a lot of rookies on this team, more than 10 played today. To see Lathan and T-Mac and Nick play the way that they did and contribute, how much is this team maturing down this stretch of the season?
Couldn't be in a better time, and it's why we play these guys. It's why we believe in them, and we live through the bumps along the road with having young players out there. But at this time of year, they're young, they're strong. We had a bye week, to get our legs back, and they looked that way. They looked fast. We had an aggressive style of play today, so I'm really proud of those young guys coming through.
Did you address Bryce's play and specifically the 34-yard pass to Jalen to set up the field goal?
Yeah, it was some critical throws, really, and even early on, just a couple of misses. I know one got away from Xavier. That would have been an explosive play in that drive, and I thought Bryce just was taking what was there, and the Bucs did a great job of mixing things up. They showed blitz looks and popped out to two. They showed normal looks, brought blitzes, and Bryce just did the right thing with the ball, threw it away when he had to, and then extended the play when he could. Just really, for 2 weeks now, even going back to last week, just the way that he's been operating, the confidence, the connection, and all the hard work that he's put in with this young group, this young skill group is paying off for guys just being on the same page, and took advantage of a one-on-one opportunity, and Coker did a great job of stacking, coming up with the catch on that huge third down that led to the field goal.
Are you growing more comfortable with him running the ball?
We give him opportunities. We love putting the ball in his hand in different ways, whether that's with the RPO or whether that's in the keeper game. And he's just showing me. He's showing me I can do it. I'm good. And, we can continue to grow our package that way.
What was the locker room like, Dave, just now?
Hope, belief, everything's right in front of us still. And to give ourselves a chance to continue to play meaningful football this time of year, they've earned that. They've earned that because of the work. They've earned that because of being accountable to each other and really having a great week of preparation. And I think I've mentioned to all of you just the focus that this group had this week and understanding what's in front of us. And my message to them was we've been playing playoff football for a really long time. And because of our record early on, every single one of those games, for the last month, have been so critical for us to be in this spot. And so we got another week. We got another opportunity, and we have to be able to make sure we take the lessons from this one and move forward and try to find our best football.
Bryce, he got his ankle stepped on again early in the game. How much was that bothering him, and were you ever concerned about what was going on there? It seemed like he was limping there initially.
Yeah, he was able to work through it, but he got stepped on pretty cleanly. I think Corbs just kind of stepped back on the action, and that's a couple times that's happened now. So we'll have a conversation about it. Could be the splits, could be Bryce coming away from center. So we'll look at that and make sure we tie it up. But he was able to run around and make plays, so he was fine.
Speaking of the locker room, we heard you guys made it hard on yourselves. The players were saying you're just making it hard on yourselves. To have this resiliency and come back after some of the tough losses. How important is that for this young team?
It's huge, and that's what's needed. You got to just find a way to win, some way, somehow. And when you're playing amazing teams, you know they're going to make plays. You know that those things are going to happen, whether they make a sack or they make a big play on offense, or the couple of returns that got out on us. And we got to respond. You know, we can't dwell on what happens. We have to move on to the next play. I know coaches say it all around every league of football, but it really is. It's so important for the guys. Don't pass judgment on the outcome of the game based on what's happening. Just keep playing football.
In the past, whenever the stadium was packed, it usually was with the visiting fans. Very prevalent. Today it was packed, and it was mostly everyone rooting on the Panthers. Just how special was it to you?
It was electric. Bank of America Stadium was a special place today. Towels, black towels waving, all black uniforms, the whole thing. It felt right. It felt exactly right. It was an advantage. There were some false starts. There were some issues with communication. You could see where they were having trouble getting the calls in and getting lined up. That's our fan base. That's showing up for all of us. It does. It really does take all of us, and those are the little advantages and edges that you need. And I'm so fortunate to be able to be here to feel that type of energy in the building. And then we make big plays. They let you hear it, you know, and the guys feed off of that. So it was an amazing electric field today in the stadium.
Listen, we'll do
a couple more. We'll do a couple more.
Speaking of the, Mike. Thank you. Speaking of the resiliency, the contact on the long snapper that gave the Bucs an extra set of downs, but you were still able to only hold them to a field goal on that. Those are kind of hidden points. Does that kind of epitomize some of the resiliency that your team has shown?
Absolutely. And we settle in and we have our calls, and the guys understand, okay, well, this could be another opportunity to get a turnover. You know, this could be another opportunity for us, but they settled in and held them to a field goal, which was huge.
Dave, Mike Jackson gave up the initial touchdown to Mike Evans, and then after that really kind of bounced back and had a similar play where he broke up the ball. His resilience throughout the year, like, I know you've spoken about his character before, but how much of an impact did it have on this game?
It was huge, and it's just the message for all of the guys to take on the challenge that's at hand. Mike Evans, the Bucs, a bunch of fantastic players. We got to play our ball. Even on the touchdown, Mike's in great position. You know, it's a great throw and a great catch. But just continue. You could see him jogging off the field with that belief. He's ready for the next series. I would have loved to see him come up with that pick right there. He had a beautiful break on the ball. Baker threw it just high enough where he couldn't get his hands on it. But Mike's leadership is, and he doesn't say a lot, you know, and there's a mix of different types of leaders that we have on this team. He studies so much. He watches film, and it pays off for him. And the guys that he's around on a daily basis can see where that does help us.
In the third quarter, each team only had one possession in the third quarter. When you have a game flow like that with these long drives, how much does that impact your play calling and your approach to a drive, especially in the fourth quarter in a tight game?
Yeah, I have to take those things into consideration, knowing, okay, if they're going to extend drives, we might have to be a little bit more aggressive. We took a big sack on a play-action shot we were trying to throw down the field. That's an opportunity and shot that we have to take. You know, we shore up our protection. We got to take advantage of those moments right there, but it put us behind the sticks and made it a little bit harder on us. But all those things play into it.
Your destiny is now in your own hands.
I mean, we feel like it's been like that for weeks on weeks, and I like the group feeling comfortable with this type of pressure, feeling comfortable with knowing it's still just going to be about the work. Can we get back to work? Can we trust our process, and it'll lead to good results? All right, thank you.